Never Fail French fries. For crisp golden fries, use starchy baking potatoes and a 2-stage frying operation. Starchy baking potatoes, I imagine, are like russet potatoes. And a 2-stage frying operation means that you will fry the French fries twice. The first stage does one process, the second stage really crisps them up. After the first frying, you may keep the potatoes at room temperature for up to 2 hours. And then that second time, you're going to fry just before serving. To start, you take your 4 large baking potatoes, you peel them and cut them into strips that are 2 1/4 inches by 3/8 inches by 3/8 inches. And you're going to soak those in a bowl of cold water for 30 minutes. Drain those once completed. Drain and dry on paper towel to remove excess starch and surface moisture. So obviously, you don't want to put a strip of potato that's wet into oil. That will cause some spitting of oil, is how we call it. But that soaking process not only adds some potentially problematic water, but it removes the starch from the potatoes. So that water that's left is going to be very starchy. So you'll drain those potatoes, dry them on paper towel, and at the same time heat your oil in a heavy pot, a casserole, a Dutch oven to 350 degrees. 350 and 375, I think, are primarily the numbers that you'll see for frying things like potatoes or shrimp or, meat, stuff like that. So you'll want to heat 3 inches of peanut is a common one, or other vegetable oil. It's interesting that peanut is very common. I know some restaurants use peanut oil. I'm not sure if the big ones do, but peanuts are also a common allergen in the United States. So I know people who are allergic to peanuts have to be wary of what different restaurants use to fry their French fries. And French fries are such a common side dish that most fast food restaurants, if not all, and then many just regular restaurants. So while the potato strips are drying, you're heating up that oil to 350 degrees. Using a frying basket, if you have one, drop the potatoes in batches, about a cup at a time. So one thing with frying is you never want to overcrowd your oil because that drops the temperature too quickly. So you do it in batches. Fry until all the sputtering ceases, about 2 minutes. Skim out the rather limp potatoes with the slotted spoon and drain on paper towels. This is that first frying episode. So this is not cooking the potatoes, but it's probably starting the cooking process. It's not crisping them up. They'll come out limp. Let cool for at least 5 minutes before the second frying. And like it said previously, you can keep them at room temperature for up to 2 hours. For the second frying, heat the oil to 365 degrees Fahrenheit and fry until the potatoes are golden brown and crisp, which takes about 2 to 3 minutes. So in total, they're only cooking for about 5 minutes in the oil, but it's a 2-step process. And each time you're going to drain them on paper towels. Never cover them or they will get flabby. Sprinkle with salt and serve at once. So obviously the crispier the better when it comes to French fries, as they're called. Later on in this book, it'll go into many, many more different ways that the Americans like to eat potatoes: oven fried potatoes, shoestring potatoes. But that is a quick summary of the Joy of Cooking's kind of golden rules for never fail French fries.